But in a follow-up that I had with my instructor, which was in July of 2018, it became really obvious that Darcy was basically done. Hi everyone, it's Mel here and welcome back to Mel's Blind Life, the YouTube channel all about blindness. And welcome to the story of one of the most difficult and challenging times in my life to date, and it is how I retired my first guide dog. If you've just clicked on this video because you saw the title and you've never watched any of my videos before, hi, I'm Mel. I'm completely blind. I have no light perception. I can't see a single thing. I'm 26. I live in rural Australia, and this YouTube channel is all about blindness and the things that I can do even though I am vision impaired or visually impaired if you're from the US. And I have been a dog guide handler for 7.5, almost 8 years. And I have had 2 dogs in that time. I have had my first dog guide, Darcy, who I will insert a photo of here. Darcy worked for 6 years, just over 6 years, and he was something really, really special to me. And now I've got my second dog, Penny, or Penelope, and I've had Penny for just over 9 months now, and I will insert a photo of her here. But in a follow-up that I had with my instructor, which was in July of 2018, it became really obvious that Darcy was basically done. He did really well on the first day of the follow-up. He showed the instructor what he could do in a really, really familiar environment. He was really well behaved. He worked excellently. But the second day that the instructor was here, he really, really showed that he was struggling. And the instructor and I sat down and had a big, deep and meaningful talk. And basically the upshot of it was that Darcy was ready for us to begin reducing his workload. So at that point in July of 2018, it was suggested to me that he only be given work in familiar environments, and that if I did go to the city or to a new environment or something like that, I should consider going with a sighted person and going only when absolutely necessary with Darcy, and not just going to the city and working through peak hour and things like that just because Darcy couldn't really cope with that. And I was fine with that. So about 2 months later, in September of 2018, Darcy actually became extremely ill with canine parvovirus. And I'll link the video I did telling you the story of him having that down below as well. And even though miraculously he recovered, it was clear to me afterwards that it had made him much worse from a guiding point of view. He became very lethargic. If we did a day's work around town here. If we went to my volunteer job at Vision Australia and then came home, when we did get home, all he would do would be to lie on the couch and sleep. He didn't want to play or anything after we came back from work. I did a day in the city with some friends in December, and by the time we had finished in the city, and we didn't do a lot, we did some stuff, but we didn't do a lot. But by the time we were finished in the city, when I was at the train station coming home, I actually ended up using my cane to navigate around the train station, which was a very familiar environment for him. But he was just too exhausted to work in that environment. And it really came to a head when one day in January I was at the local shopping centre here with a friend of mine, and he was following my friend so close that if she stopped, he would bump his nose on the back of her leg. And it was really, really obvious that he was stressed and he was tired, and he wasn't doing what he was meant to do. And not because he couldn't or didn't want to, but he was just too tired to do what he was meant to do. And it was very, very taxing on him, especially after having been sick. So in February, the guide dog instructors came out and we made the decision to retire him. They did all of the paperwork, and we basically officially, I gave his harness back to Guide Dogs, and that was the end of that. So that is just a brief overview of our retirement story. If you've got any questions, anything you'd like to know, please let me know in the comment section down below. And also, obviously I did a lot of vlogging and everything like that at the time, so I will link down below my playlist of Darcy's retirement, and I'll also link down below all of the videos that I suggested you watch. So thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.